In this video, I'm going to be showing you these 5 fragment and money tricks each you can use to become rich in Blox Fruits. These are the best tricks, so make sure to watch all the way to the end to see them all.
Start with the first method, which is the chest rooms. Go to Upper Skylands and now follow where I go. You will see an open door which you can go into. Now just break the door with a strong move. And collect the chest. Second C, go to cafe and now follow where I go. You will see a discolored door that you can break with a strong move. You will see 3 chests that you can collect. Now for third C, go to Haunted Castle. Now follow where I go. You will see 3 diamond chests you can collect. Note that you can server hop as well doing this method. But now let's move on to the next method. Sea beast hunting is a very good way to earn money. I recommend you do it with Magma or Buddha. You can also find people on Discord to join you. Although this is a very good method, it takes a lot of time. So if you're lazy like me, the next method is for you. You can do this method at any island as long as you find a place where the NPCs won't kill you. For this, I will be using Haunted Castle. Follow where I go. Once you're here, do the Buddha glitch. It may take a few tries, but once you have it, stand on these crates and use a auto clicker and just Buddha spam. This method is good if you're lazy, but it's really bad when it compares to sea beast hunting. Due to the small amount of money, if you do this all night, you will only make like 1 million belly. But now it's time for the 4th method. Having a private server is really good for grinding money. I recommend you add a bunch of people until they have a private server. If you get lucky enough, you might just add someone who has a private server that you can play on. But now it's time for the last and final method. Server hopping bosses is a really great way to earn money. For first C, I recommend going to Marine Fortress and killing the Vice Admiral since he gives a lot of money when you kill him. But if you don't like server hopping, you can just go behind Pirate Village and go to the Mob Leader's Island and kill him. For second C, go to Ice Castle and kill the Ice Admiral. This boss is really good for giving mastery and a lot of money. Now for 3rd C, go to Port Town and kill Stone. This boss gives a lot of money, and Stone is really easy to access since you spawn at Port Town when you go to 3rd C. In total, we made 1,563,186 belly from doing these methods.
To begin, go to Haunted Castle, then go into this house where you'll find some NPCs to kill. These characters drop the most bones compared to any others on the island. You can use these bones to buy fragments, money, and etc. Once you've gathered 50 bones, go to this house and roll for a chance to get fragments. You can repeat this method as many times as you want, but if you're feeling lazy like me, you can set up an auto-clicker and do the Buddha glitch to grind overnight for a bunch of bones. Just position yourself at a distance where the NPCs can't hit you, but you can hit them. Then let your auto-clicker do the work. Keep doing this to collect plenty of bones, which you can use to purchase fragments with. This method works very well, but this next one is even better. Raids are a great way to get fragments. Each raid you finish gives you 1,000 fragments. The easiest raids are Flame and Dark. The best fruit to use in raids is Buddha because it has a big hitbox, so you can hit NPCs from far away. If you don't want to do raids yourself, you can ask someone on Discord to carry you. Just make sure they're not a scammer by checking if they've helped others before, and if they're not, you can pay them with a fruit. Raids take up a bunch of time, but hey, gotta do whatever it takes for those fragments, right? Here are some tips to finish raids faster. Never take the boat to the next island in raids. Always use your fruit or something else. This takes less time and boats take longer. Unless you have no choice. Other than that, I recommend not taking boats. Choosing dark raids over flame raids is a good idea because there's a chance you could accidentally die fighting the NPCs in flame raids. How? Because of the lava on the islands, you can lag while fighting the NPCs, causing you to be pushed into the lava. This is why dark raids are a safer option. But if you're careful, then flame raids are still good to go for. The hardest raids to complete are Doe, Phoenix, and Buddha. So if you're just grinding fragments, I wouldn't recommend doing any of those raids listed. But now let's move on to the next method. Sea events are a great way to grind fragments. I recommend killing boat raids since they can spawn easily but gives you a little bit of fragments, even though this is the case. Boat raids are still good to grind for since you can also get a random fruit from it sometimes. If you're lazy and don't want to drive, you can actually press the / key in your chat box. If you're on PC and the boat
automatically drives for you, just don't go AFK while doing this since you can die easily.
Here are some tips to survive sea events. I recommend not going to Sea Danger Zone level 6. When you're here, your screen becomes foggy and you can barely see. Sea events also spawn a lot more here, especially Terror Shark. Terror Sharks are risky to kill, considering you can't run away from them because they can just pull you back. If you have Portal, you can actually use the V move on them, causing the Terror Shark to despawn since there's no one there. Of course, if you don't really care, you can still go to level 6, but I don't recommend it. When sea event hunting, I recommend not using any other race besides Shark. Why? Because you can't drown in the sea when you're Shark, you can only drown with Shark V1. But when you're V2, you can't. Shark is a really good race overall and super op when it comes to sea event hunting. The best sea events to hunt for fragments are Treasure Island, Mirage Island, and boat raids. Sea events are great for getting fragments, but this next method takes the cake. Raid bosses are a really good way to get fragments. I recommend killing Rip Indra, Doe King, Doe Prince, and Darkbeard since those raid bosses give fragments. How to find raid bosses easily? I recommend asking people on Discord if they are killing any raid bosses so you can join them. Darkbeard and Cake Prince are raid bosses that are both easy to beat and still gives a lot of fragments. I recommend using Buddha to kill raid bosses because of the big hitbox causing you to be far away but still hitting them. If you're in 2nd C, then I recommend killing Darkbeard since he is the only raid boss to give fragments in 2nd C. If you're in 3rd C, I recommend killing Cake Prince, Rip Indra, or Doe King since all of those raid bosses give fragments. How to spawn raid bosses? The first raid boss to spawn is Darkbeard. To spawn him, you will need to go to 2nd C and hunt for the Fist of Darkness. Where does it spawn? You can get it through Sea Beast and Chest. But keep in mind the Fist of Darkness only spawn in Chest after the server has been up for 4 hours. So most of the time, you will need to get it through Sea Beast hunting. Let's move on to the 3rd Sea Raid bosses. To spawn Dough King, you will need 10 conjured cocoa to start. How do you get that? By killing the NPCs on the Chocolate Land in Sea of Treats. After you have 10 cocoa, hunt for a God's Chalice. Similar to the Fist of Darkness, you can get a God's Chalice by collecting Chest if the server has been up for 4 hours and killing elite hunters. After you get God's Chalice, go back to Chocolate Land and talk to the Sweet Crafter to get the Cake Chalice. Once you have that, go to Cake Land and kill 500 of the NPCs on that island, then talk to Drip Mama to spawn Dough King. Similar to Dough King, Cake Prince is a raid boss in 3rd Sea that gives fragments. How to spawn him? Almost like Dough King. All you need to do is kill 500 NPCs on the Cake Land and talk to Drip Mama to spawn him. Now to spawn Rip Indra, you will have to get a God's Chalice. After that, you will need 3 aura colors, Winter Sky, Pure Red, and Snow White. After you get those, equip each of them individually on the pads, then use your God's Chalice to spawn him. Killing raid bosses is extremely great for getting fragments, but now let's move on to the last method. Killing elite hunters is a decent way to earn fragments. Each elite hunter you kill gives you 100 fragments. Elite hunters spawn every 10 minutes, so I recommend server hopping every kill so you can get fragments faster. The best fruit to use to kill elite hunters has to be Buddha due to the big hitbox. The training dummy also gives you 200 fragments when you kill him, but you have to wait every hour to kill him again, so it's easier to kill elite hunters. Elite hunters spawn at Floating Turtle, Great Tree, Port Town, and Hydra Island, so look out for those. Keep in mind only one player can kill the elite hunters, so you have to be fast when trying to kill it. Elite hunters also have some boss drops that you can get as well besides fragments. Overall, these 5 fragment methods are super OP when it comes to getting fragments fast.